Hey all, welcome back. This is Dino the Ops Guy. This is Production Management in Practice, or Stardew Production Management 101. It is a free college level production management course, but instead of going from a stodgy textbook, it has all the pedagogy of a textbook, but it really starts with what happens in a real environment. In this case, it's a virtual real environment. So the factory that I'm taking you to is actually Stardew Valley. So you have even a factory on your computer likely, and you can play stuff out. But we're going to focus on production management principles and try and get to a point where we're doing the analysis and we're doing the calculations and we're doing the discussion that we would have if this was a real factory. So that's kind of the context. This is episode 26. So there are 25 episodes before this if you want to go back and look. There's also day 26. So we've passed the, I think day 25 or 24, I think it was 25, was the flower dance. So we're in the sort of the dregs of spring, just the last few days of spring, and trying to set ourselves up. We got a coop, we got some chickens, and we're just trying to get set up for the transition to summer. Because transitions are important when you're in operations and production management. So we have our person on the ground. So I'm Dino the Ops Guy. I'm sort of the strategy management type, and Av is basically the operator or the person on the front line sort of thing. So there's a reason that we separate the front line from strategy. There's some thinking that if the same person did both, then things would be perfect, but actually they'd be terrible. The idea being, even if the same person is the strategist and the person doing the execution, um, you'll still make mistakes, and this is proof of it, I guess. So the important thing is on the strategy level that we keep the strategy in mind, keep the high level in mind, keep things organized from the standpoint that we're on the right path, that we're heading towards that spot on the horizon. And then on the execution side, focus on what are the bottlenecks, what are the specific trade-offs that we can make that we know are safe, and just sort of having the script and executing as we need. So really two different jobs, and even if it's the same person, they're at two different points in time, two different contexts. So it really does make sense to have essentially two different people. So Dino the Ops Guy and I am going to turn over the objectives of watering the crops, petting the animals, and harvest, make a sprinkler for the coffee bean, check the traveling cart for red cabbage, search key fishing areas for the circles and stuff, and if Ab has free time, fish near the in the mountain for bullhead if you're near there. Otherwise, forage wherever you're near. So the bottleneck right now is going to be time during the day. So we don't want to misspend time during the day if we can. So going on long treks to get nothing is going to be a waste. We're not going to really put up with that, even though the first couple of days we were, because energy was the bottleneck and not time. So again, we have these things that we're going to set out for Av. And I am going to turn it over to you, Av, so that you can execute on all of this flawlessly. Okay, thanks, Dino. So it is day 26. It's going to be a beautiful day tomorrow, and they are very the gods are very displeased today. And Mom loved the article. I got some honey. I'm saying hi to the cat, meow. Going to water the coffee. Yeah, I don't know if you got the joke there about flawlessly. That was sarcasm. That was I clearly left the chicken door open last night, so there's nothing flawless about this. So, and I think that's part of the point is that there's this notion that if you do operations well or if you do production well, then it's going to work out without a hitch. There's always going to be a hitch. You can't possibly consider everything that's going on. Now, if you're good at production, if you're good at operations, the things that matter, the bottlenecks, those sort of things, you make sure that you cover. But other things get left all the time. That's not, it's just not realistic to do it flawlessly. So well done, Dino. All right, so we're watering the crops. We got a fair bit of cauliflower. Yay, lots of cauliflower. Um, And we are going to store it because we're going to put it in the preserve jars. Put one in right now. So we're all set for that. We will look at what I think we did some capacity modeling last time to say how long the cauliflower is going to last, given the rate at which we go through the 4 preserves jars machines, if you will, or call them machines, whatever you want to call them. So right now we're looking at what we can drop off at the community center in bundles. And there's a trick to this. If you float over something, the tree up in the top right there, the part of the icon, will actually like sort of vibrate or oscillate just to show you that, yeah, that's one of the things you need. We're not going to take all of it necessarily, but a lot that we can. And we do want to get down to the cart and make sure that we cover our bases with what we're doing in the red cabbage department. If they have red cabbage we want to buy, ooh, they have stuffing is good because it's got the buff on it, but they actually have the deluxe speed grow. I want that. So we have the coffee, and it's going to take about 10 days. If we can put that deluxe speed grow on it, that's going to be a little faster. And we got moss, so we don't see a lot of moss just yet. And once the rain comes, the green rain day, there'll be moss all over. But for now, if we can get enough of it, we can make a mushroom farm, whatever, mushroom stump, if you call it that, or even just better bait when we're looking for something specific. So it's good to have. And there is some spring onion, so I'm glad we came this way to get our spring onion. I don't see any other forage item, not in that corner, nope. Grab the spring onion, look at the bottom of the stairs, and then look at the southeast corner, nothing there. So, but still with the spring onions, I think we've done pretty good, especially since we were kind of running out of energy yesterday on the 25th. We were in the mines and we resorted to green algae, which isn't a bad thing, but it's just one more step closer to, yeah, we're almost out of energy again. We may have to shift the bottleneck back. I don't think that's the case, though. I think we're going to be good. So, one of the problems with that one spot, I like to plant things in groups because you'll notice in that one spot, I watered it, I think again, I don't remember if we watered it the first time, that's the problem. If you have 2 or 3 spots together, you can kind of tell what's watered and what's not. If you just have one spot, because there's no contrast, you're not really sure. And that's one of the big reasons why Dino said that we should make the sprinkler. There's a few things that we want. Certainly anything that's going to go from one season to the next, and the coffee bean is one of them. But there's other stuff that we just don't want to bother with, sort of one-offs, and we'll use the sprinkler on those. So we're going to make a sprinkler. We're still waiting on the iron, actually. So there was a dandelion there, but we're full, so we're not going to get a chance to. We'll come back and get that later. But inventory is completely full up. We're going to say hi in the shop here. Hi, Abigail. And then we're going to sell the preserved, the pickled cauliflower. Head down to the ocean and see what we can find from a forage standpoint. We didn't go there yesterday, so I don't know if they accumulate or not. I never really figured that out. I think I heard some rumor that essentially it starts on Monday, and then every Sunday is sort of the last day, and then if you don't get it on Sunday, it disappears. But I haven't had a chance to check, so I just dumped some of the stuff on the ground because I knew we were out of room, but we're going to get stuff and sell it to Willie right away. So that's kind of an effective way to do that. I mean, more realistically, it'd be nice to have the 36 pack, but we're not in a position to spend $10,000 just yet. So hi, Elliot. So gonna sell off to Willie, and we're gonna pick up all the stuff that we dropped and make our way up first back to Pierre's, because we do want to buy an apple sapling. That's going to be 4,000. You want to plant that before the end of spring if you can. This is getting close to the end of spring. Because it takes a full season to grow. So if it takes a full season to grow and then you have it in the sort of spring instead of summer, then we're going to get a full season of apples. If we wait till a couple of days in, there's a daffodil, then we will miss the first couple of days of the harvest. So this is just one way to make sure we get the full harvest. Now we're going to drop off a few things here. Certainly we're going to drop off the 3 items in the geologist bundle, but also we're going to drop off the bat wings in the adventurers bundle. And then the top bundle there was ores, so we're still waiting on gold ore for this. We have the field research, we're doing the frozen geode and the aquamarine and the dye bundle. And then the last one we have, I guess last 2, we got cave carrot and we have the winter root. The winter root goes into the winter. There's the winter root. So so we've covered off all our bases on things we have to drop off. Actually, we do have a crystal fruit that we didn't drop off. I'm not too worried about that. Again, there's a lot of things that I'll miss occasionally, and I don't get wigged out because the important things are always going to be what's the bottleneck and what we're doing along those lines. So the incidental stuff will come back for. So I did notice that there was a leak right near Linus's tent. So on our way out, I want to pick up that leek, especially since we have the horseradish. We need both horseradish and leek to complete what we need for the seeds, spring seeds. So that'll help us out. I'm going to line up all of our food items along our top of our hotbar, and we're going to, off we go into the mines. There's another crystal fruit. That's great. And just see if we can find a ladder here. So, okay, we got, oh, I hate when I do that. If I miss, if I pick 3 and I'm so close to 3 and I get a 2, I end up throwing a stone rather than mining a stone. It's not in the right direction. So that's just the nature of how I set up my hotbar, I guess. I don't think it's ever going to be perfect. So, so yeah, that was nice that we could keep all the slimes. The one thing about the slimes is you want to kind of corner them so that you don't have to wait between sort of, knifing them or sorting them, whatever. So the idea being, if they're close enough they can't recover, they can't bounce back, then you just keep hitting them over and over again, which is nice. So there we go. We got that. And then the other one jumped right in the way. That's perfect. So again, this is the long, 52 has that sort of long pattern. So we, the first time through, we don't want to skip through a ladder because there's coal at the end. But the second, third, fourth, and thereafter time through, the coal's not there anymore. So if there's a shortcut out, we're going to take it. So you can see the open satchel there. There's no coal there. So we'll just continue through and carry on. Oh, we got a fair bit of iron ore. Iron ore is really what we're looking for here. It's nice to have these ghosts. One of the things we're looking for in the ghosts is the solar essence, and that'll actually get us the next one of the bundles. It'll actually close out one of the bundles for us. So I was trying to avoid this slime, but as I engaged, I end up gauging the other slime, and then the other slime. Okay, let's just get out of here. So another ghost. Let's make our ghost thing happen. And I want to do it in a way that if I kill the ghost, I could put a ladder down on the ground. So I try not to make it on the sort of the ice patch there. Not only did we get a solar essence, we got some gold that time. So that solar essence, we're going to stop on the way back. Oh, there's a ladder. We're going to stop on the way back through to the community center, and we're going to put that in, and we're going to get the small magnet ring. So it's basically a ring that gives us a little more range to pick up stuff. So that's going to be helpful. And another solar essence. We're getting good solar essences. We are full, so we're just going to go up and dump all kinds of stuff out. So going down the ladder would just really sort of not get us a whole bunch better from the standpoint we wouldn't, no matter what we saw, we wouldn't be able to pick it up unless it completely matched what we were doing before. So this was as much as I love to grab ladders when I can, if you're at a multiple of 5 and there's no real sense you're going to get the next 5, you're better off not. Okay, so let's go and pick up this leek. So that's going to be helpful for us. And then head back towards the community center. I probably could have gone the other way around next to Robin's house, but I guess I just get used to going this way. The other way probably would have been faster. That's something I should have considered. But okay, so we're going to go right to the furnace room. We're going to drop off the solar essence, get our magnet ring, put it on, and then it's a very fashionable ring. And then make our way back to the farm. So there's the ring, yay! And we're going to put if you like it, you're going to put a ring on it, that sort of song. Yeah, not really exactly what Beyonce had in mind, but, we're flexible. So we're heading back to the farm. And the big thing, farm, we still have not made the sprinkler. So we're going to grab the iron that's there and grab a copper bar, and get the dandelion that we didn't get before. And we're going to make the sprinkler, and it's right now it's just going to water the coffee plant. But eventually we'll probably find little friends that the coffee plant can have that it can water all four. It's not the best sprinkler, and in fact, it's a pretty weak sprinkler. It's kind of lackluster, but it's enough for what our purposes are. So we are happy to have it. We actually have opened up, and then of course we have to plant the apple sapling. We have opened up the recipe for the quality sprinkler. Here's where we're going to close the door. Yeah, that's important. And if we want to do that, we need gold. We don't have gold bars, so we're just going to make do with what we have. We do want to make the spring seeds before we go to bed because we can put those in the shipping container and make the money in the morning. So let's collect those. We purposely left the gold spring onions back at the cave, partly to give us more room, and partly because if we get there and we need food, the gold stuff is pretty good to have. So I think we've covered off all our bases. I think it's almost time to get to bed. It is. And we will see what tomorrow brings. All very important. Made our 350. Yay! And then we have the weather tomorrow is going to be clear and sunny, and the fortune teller is also displeased. Back to you, Dino. Okay, thanks, Av. So I'm glad I've picked up on the little inside joke that I was throwing there. Yeah, there is this notion that if you've taken all the schooling and you know what's going on in operations production, everything should be flawless. It's never flawless. It's always something. But if you have the right education, if you understand the material, then you'll cover the important stuff at least, and that's I think that's a bigger part of the of what we need to do. So, yeah, certainly I've been in situations where I have had people who have been in the same industry for decades. And in some level, they make it look flawless, but it's not flawless. It's just, the way they sort of work things and coordinate and talk about it. It sounds like they've got it all covered. And if you understand operations, you understand production, you'll realize that there's holes in what they're doing. That either the scheduling system they're using is all wrong, and they're just covering it up with all the good points that it does cover, and other things like that. They don't understand the bottleneck necessarily, but they talk about it, something that's close to the bottleneck. So yeah, all stuff that you want to avoid. This is kind of the reason why you want to understand production management, so you can cut through all that. So let's see how we did. Certainly watered the crops. We pet the animals and had to find them in the grass, but we petted them. And then harvest the cauliflower. A really good harvest. We did make the sprinkler at the end for the coffee beans. Thank you, Av, for that. That's pretty important. And yeah, you can see if it's just a one spot like where the coffee bean is, it's really hard to know if you've watered, right? So it's nice to get a sprinkler in situations like that. We're also going to use a sprinkler later on when we do flower honey, and you'll see how that works. We checked the traveling cart. No red cabbage, neither seed nor cabbage itself. But there was, the parsnip soup would have been good because it's got the defense buff, but we don't really need that just yet. That's once we get to level 80, defense is going to be important because the googlies tend to hit a little harder. So we did see the deluxe speed crow though. That was a good call. I think that's going to help us out a lot. So also for the fishing spots, we didn't see any fishing spots. We did get down to forage the ocean though, and everything else kind of worked out. We got the magnetic ring, so we found the solar essence. That's awesome from killing the ghost. So that worked out very, very well. That was a bundle we weren't expecting, and it was good to have. So hopefully this is making sense. If not, or if we can do a better job of making sense, or if we can cover things that you feel we haven't covered, then certainly put it in the comments. We're looking to please. We're looking to do the best we can instruction wise and entertainment wise. So we're on top of that. But either way, hopefully you're getting something out of it, and we're going to say carrying on in the next episode will be episode 27, the Saturday before the Sunday before the end of spring. But it's all, I think, getting pretty exciting. So hopefully we'll see you stick around. Dino the Ops Guy signing off.